it is Monday, October 19th, 2009. This week we're talking about the body and exercise. So this week the topic is starting to exercise. How did I start exercising, and what advice do I have for beginners? And this is such a great topic because we haven't talked about the body in a while. We've been talking about the mind and food, which personally I feel are more important than exercise, because only once you have the food under control and the mind under control will exercise really give you that push. But some people find that exercise actually propels them to do better with food and mind. So let's not discredit exercise at all. Whatever works for you. This is what worked for me. When I first decided I was going to be athletic, and I had been doing yoga and sometimes kung fu or tai chi or taekwondo through college, I didn't really enjoy it. I kind of did it because I thought I had to. I loved yoga, but I didn't do it in a class. I just did it by myself more as a meditation. Outside of that, though, I had really never been athletic. I've always been overweight, and I've really never been athletic. And I found athletics and the gym to be this exhausting, horrible place where I had to put myself through turmoil, and I just didn't want any part of it. But in 2005, I started dating this guy for a while, and he was really into the gym. And so I thought, I want to get a gym membership. This is how I do it. I mean, he was committed, and he was muscly, and he went all the time. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to be like him. And I set up for myself completely unrealistic regimen for the gym. But I did follow it, as you guessed, for about 2 months until I completely burnt out. And I had this energy about going to the gym, and this history is important. I had this energy that was very negative. It was like, I hate this place, I don't want to be here, but no pain, no gain. You only get out what you put in. You got to work this fat off. It's not going to come off any other way. I was so hard on myself. And therefore, I created this negative, angry energy about the gym. But I still went 7 days a week for an hour. Big, unrealistic goals. Very, very hard work. It was exhausting. I hated going, but I made myself go until I burnt out. And I just said, screw this. This is horrible. And after that experience, I sort of had a couple rekindled moments where I tried to go for a couple weeks and then totally fell off the plan until May 2008, after I'd been dieting for a while on this final journey of dieting as I'm thinking of it now, because it's never going back there. I started exercising in May, and I made it so different. Didn't I make a joke the other day that I could possibly say baby steps with my answer to every question every week? My answer this week is baby steps. But it's more about the energy of being kind to yourself. Nobody is born an athlete. You can't just throw yourself in like that. So what I did in May was I decided, okay, I'm not going to work out 7 days a week for an hour. I'm going to work out 3 days a week for 20 minutes. That was my goal. And it's incredible how that shift in mindset allowed me to actually maybe like the gym, maybe kind of get into it and see my progress slowly. It didn't matter what I was doing in those 20 minutes. I could be walking, I could be doing a stationary bike, I could be doing the elliptical, I could be swimming, I could just be walking my mom's dogs. I mean, it didn't matter, but I had to be active for 20 minutes, at least. And the energy shifted from this negative, no pain, no gain, everything's got to be hard, to something's better than nothing. And over time, you will be stronger. Over time, you will be stronger. All these little efforts you're making, these 20 minutes, 3 times a week, are going to add up and make you stronger and make you want to do more. And I can't tell you how brilliant that attitude was, because it literally changed my whole perspective on exercise and on the gym. What was once this place I didn't want to be and this resistance I had toward the gym suddenly became, I'm going to go walk on the treadmill for 20 minutes. And eventually I started the Couch to 5K program, which I didn't do officially, but now that I look back on it, it really was doing Couch to 5K. I did interval training. So I would run for 30 seconds and walk for 2 minutes, and then run for 30 seconds and walk for 2 minutes. And trust me, those 30 seconds nearly killed me. I mean, you know, sweat pouring down my face. I cannot breathe. My legs are going to fall off. But I did it. And slowly you realize, okay, now I can run for 45 seconds and walk for a minute and a half. And then now I can run for a minute and walk for a minute, run for a minute, walk for a minute. And it slowly builds up. If you're really interested in starting to run, I recommend you follow a similar approach, which is the Couch to 5K program, which I will put a link to in the sidebar. It's free online, anybody can do it, and it takes you from literally being sedentary to being a runner of a 5K, which is, oh boy, 2.5 miles, 2.7 miles, 2.2 miles, somewhere in there. So that's how I started. It was not just a matter of finding something I loved, which ended up being running. It was a matter of easing myself into it, baby steps, so that it became something I wanted to do, something I was seeing results in. I was seeing that walk around the lake with the dogs 3 weeks ago isn't so hard anymore, you know, and that then, you know, later that jog around the lake with the dogs, which I never thought I could do, was basically as hard as the first time I walked around the lake. You find that over time you will see yourself progressing, even in small spaces, but you will see yourself progressing, and that is so encouraging. And that's how you do anything, and that is especially how to start exercising. Because the minute you get that negative energy, the game's up and you don't want to do it anymore. So I hope that helps some of you. That is genuinely how I got into exercise and how I'm going to be getting back into exercise come next 2 weeks or so. I really, really am. And I keep saying that, but it's just been crazy with Jason's surgery. Hopefully we'll see him this Thursday. If not, we'll find somebody to fill that slot. And I hope that you see me next week here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the week with all of our other wonderful weight loss loser bloggers. See you next week.